Alrighty, folks, we got a little collection update for you today. I got about a dozen here. And these are all going to be bands that have released stuff in the 21st century. Now, first up, we got Aquilla, Mankind's Odyssey. These guys are out of Poland. Have a very Enforcer sound to them, but more power metal than Enforcer. I'll try and go through these quickly. And I don't know why, maybe it's the name, but I always kind of, when I hear these guys, I kind of get a South American feel from them, which is weird that they're from Poland. But if Enforcer was from South America via Poland, they would sound like Aquilla. This was their debut album. Came out in, sorry, I got notes because there's too many of these for me to remember all of them. 2022, although they did have a couple of EPs before that. They had another album called Sentinels of New Dawn in 2025. If I didn't say this was called Mankind's Odyssey. I actually think I was looking for the Sentinels of New Dawn, which is how I came across these guys, and I couldn't find a decent price copy, so I went back in their catalog to find something. And then next up we have Black Trip. It's called Going Under. These guys are out of Sweden. This was a blind buy, capitalizing on flat rate shipping. I saw the name. I was like, let me check these guys out, see what's going on. So I got this album. Man, this album is killer. Very much sound a lot like Night Demon, maybe with some hints of Black Star Riders in there, but just hints. Very much more in the Night Demon. Why is there no music playing? Because I'm losing it. Sorry. We can't expect this to go flawlessly, can we? So yeah, this is really good. It was so good, it prompted me to buy their second album called Shadowline. Now this has a little more of the Black Star Riders creeping in than the debut, but it's still really good. Still, the Night Demon sound is still much more prominent. So yeah, it's really good. Unfortunately, these guys, well, it is what it is. They changed their name to VOD, and I don't want to say they're more Black Star Riders than Night Demon, now VOD, but their album's really good too. And I mean the good Black Star Riders, like from the debut album. They kind of lost their way after that first album. Then we have Bullet, Heading for the Top. Just a little promo copy, but I saw this, and I've heard good things about Bullet, and I got their album from earlier this year called Kickstarter. I may like this one better. This one is it's called Heading for the Top. It's kind of over the top. Just straight up good speed metal, AC/DC, playing a little heavier, a little faster. This album is kind of relentless. There's no slow songs on it, no mid-pace song. It's all over the top, Very Riot City, not in sound, but just intensity. Then we have Christian Mistress. Now they say that these guys have a little doom metal in them, but I don't really catch any doom metal coming off them. Where's this release from? Yeah, Relapse Records. Female singer on this one. Best I could describe her sound is if you like a Sanhedrin. You know who they are. Sounds very similar to this band in my opinion. Just straight ahead, old school, traditional female fronted metal. She might have bits of LVIII in her voice, but maybe not the grit. LVIII. Damn. Obi. Top Obi is playing havoc with my brain. Then we have Old Wolf, Faustian Mass. These guys are just playing old school traditional metal out of Kentucky. Pretty good riffs, pretty good guitar solos. Vocalist is probably the weakest point. Not that he has a terrible voice. It's just not one of the stronger voices you'll see. Drop the hype sticker. New school of US heavy metal for fans of Grand Magus, Visigoth, Eternal Champion, and Argus. Grand Magus, maybe. Visigoth. Eternal Champion is kind of too epic for them, in my opinion, for the sound. So this is their debut album. Came out in 2018. Haven't released anything since. And next up we have Ouijabeard. This is a one-man outfit. This was the debut called Die and Let Live. Let's see the guy's name. Yes, Andreas Sandberg. He writes everything, sings everything, plays bass and guitars. I think he just does the rhythm guitar though. I think he has a guy who does the soloing. This is, it's very ghost-like, but I would definitely say definitely not as poppy as the new Ghost. It's got good riffing, good soloing in it, but his vocals do kind of remind you of a Ghost. Then we got Rocka Rollas. This is The War of Steel Has Begun. This was their debut. It came out in 2011. They haven't put out any. I say they. It's mainly Sid. What's Sid's last name? I never remember his last name. He just goes Forsberg. Sid Forsberg. Blazing Stone. He's in a bunch of bands. This is basically just his project here. I think he has another guy with him. Does guitars, but Sid plays everything else. This is the one that's got bonus tracks on it. It's got 5 bonus tracks. So yeah, this one came out in 2011. Funny part about this is Metal Strikes Back from 2013 was the first album I got by the Rocka Rollas. It was another flat rate shipping deal. I was just like, let me give it a shot. And I made a comment that I thought the band name was stupid, but I thought that the music was really good. And said Forsberg showed up in my comments and was like, yeah, the band name is stupid. It was just supposed to be a placeholder. But, and this was back, I mean, like I said, Metal Strikes Back came out in 2013, but I didn't get it in 2013. He goes, but now it's too late to change the name now. So always got to be careful with what you say because you never know who's going to be watching. But yeah, this is definitely speed metal. Ced's got a very Kai Hansen tone to his voice. So this definitely has, there's a lot of Judas Priest in it, but I'd say a lot of Running Wild in it, hints of Enforcer in it, and then like I said, hints of Walls of Jericho because Ced's voice is very similar to Kai Hansen. So that's the War of Steel Has Begun, and then this was their last album, I think. Well, they redid Metal Strikes Back, the one I was talking about, 2013. Maybe that's the one I got, and it came out in 2020. I can't remember now. Yeah, I think that is the one I got. Metal Strikes Back, the definitive edition from 2020. That's the one I got. So anyway, this was their last original material. Celtic King came out in 2018. Another banger one. So Ced, I apologize for talking shit about the band name, but here I am now. I've got 2 more albums, Rocka Rollas I've added since then. So now I just need The Road to Destruction and Pagan Ritual to complete my Rocka Rollas discography. So there's a really thick booklet on here. I don't think he ever puts any band shots in. No, just all lyrics. I'm not gonna bore you showing lyrics. Yeah, this thing right here though, people, don't put these on your CDs. The CD player in my car, it will not play that CD because of that. You see that rim around the CD? Every other CD player plays it. You know what? I've never actually read it. I just thought it had the band name on it, but it says Old Farts Stuck in the 80s and Proud of It. Stormspell Records. I think that's actually Stormspell Records' motto. But yeah, good stuff. Rocka Rollas. Then we have something a little different. This came out in 2012, I believe. This is Silver Horses. Tony Martin from Black Sabbath. I threw this in here because I didn't know where else I would be able to put this group, because these guys are sound very much like Badlands. I mean, Silver Horses, that may be where they got the name from, because they sound a lot like Badlands. I mean, there's harmonica in this thing. Of course, I got it for Tony Martin. I wasn't expecting it to sound like Badlands. I didn't know what, I just got it because Tony Martin was on it. And but yeah, it's good. If you like Badlands, you should definitely check that. And Tony Martin, definitely check that one out. We're almost to the end, folks. We're almost to the end. Next up, we have Viking Skull. Now, these guys are just straight up like garage rock, garage stoner. If Motorhead played garage stoner rock, garage stoner metal, it would sound like these guys here. There, it tells you everything you need to know right there. Beers, drugs, and bitches. That's what their songs are about. So yeah, it's just no frills, stripped down, party rock, beers, drugs, and bitches, the wizard sleeve, rape, pillage, and burn, crazy trucker, skull heaven. All you gotta do is see this is called Chapter 1, by the way. This was their debut EP. What year did it come out? I should at least say. That ain't it. I was already on the page. 2003. So yeah, they put out 5 full lengths, live album, another EP. Haven't put out anything since 2016 though. Self-titled album they released in 2016. But I've heard good reviews on some of their later stuff, but this is all I got. And then last but not least, I might have to read this off of here because I cannot read the print on there. This is Year of the Goat. I grabbed this because look at the album cover. The band is called Year of the Goat. And then, now the album is called Novis, Orbis, Terrarum, Ordinis. So I was like, well, that sounds like some doom metal. I'll give it a shot. It's not doom metal. Although they do claim doom metal in their sound, it's not really doom metal in my opinion. You get some occult rock, some gothic rock, some hard rock, some progressive rock thrown in there. So if that blend sounds like something that might interest you, you might check them out. This was like their 3rd album. They got an EP out. Yes, this is their 3rd album. Then they released Trivia Goddess in 2025 on Napalm Records. These guys out of Sweden. Of course, not much on these pages. Alrighty, folks. So for all those people that always complain that us old farts are trapped in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, there's some new Millennium metal for you. You guys have a good one.